Have you ever wondered why some people become billionaires, while most people become billionaires? While most people spend their entire lives just trying to survive? Is it luck? Is it talent? Or is there something deeper? Something hidden? Something they know that schools never taught us? Because the truth is, there is a secret. And today's story is about discovering that secret. This is the story of Ayan, an ordinary boy with ordinary circumstances, but an extraordinary question that would eventually change his life forever. Ayan grew up in a middle-class family. From a young age, he was taught the same formula most of us are taught. Study hard, get good grades, land a stable job, and your life will be set. It sounded logical, safe, predictable. So Ayan followed the path perfectly. He studied day and night, topped his classes, made his parents proud, and eventually secured a decent job in a reputable company. On paper, everything looked right, but deep inside, something felt off. Every morning, he woke up with a strange heaviness. He would get ready, go to work, sit in front of a screen for hours, come back exhausted, and repeat the same cycle the next day. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and one evening, sitting alone in a quiet park, Ayan finally admitted it to himself. This can't be it. This can't be the life I worked so hard for. There was a silence around him, but inside there was noise. Questions, doubts, confusion. That's when something unexpected happened. An old man slowly walked over and sat beside him. He had white hair, calm eyes, and a presence that felt different. Not ordinary. He looked at Ayan and gently asked, "Why do you look so tired?" Not physically, but from within. At first, Ayan hesitated, but something about the man made him feel safe enough to speak. "I did everything right," Ayan said quietly. "I followed the rules. I worked hard, but I feel stuck, like I'm going nowhere." The old man smiled, not in amusement, but in understanding. "Of course you feel stuck," he said. "You've been taught how to work for money, but never how to make money work for you." Ayan frowned. "What does that mean?" The old man leaned slightly forward. "Schools teach you how to become an employee, not how to become free. They teach you to memorize, not to think, to obey, not to question. And most importantly, they never teach you the language of money." Those words hit Ayan like a shockwave. For the first time in his life, he realized that maybe the problem wasn't him. Maybe the problem was what he wasn't taught. That night, Ayan couldn't sleep. His mind kept replaying the old man's words. Make money work for you. What did that even mean? He read about financial intelligence, about investments, about how businesses are built, about how wealthy people think, and slowly, something inside him began to shift. But change is never easy. Ayan decided to take a risk. He started a small business idea he had been thinking about for months. He invested his savings, worked late nights, sacrificed comfort, and then it failed completely. The money was gone. The idea didn't work. People laughed. Friends said, "This isn't for you. Just stick to your job." For a moment, Ayan almost believed them, but then he remembered the old man's words. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. So instead of quitting, Ayan did something most people don't. He studied his failure. He asked himself, what went wrong? What can I learn? That question changed everything. Over time, Ayan realized that billionaires don't avoid failure. They use it. They treat it like feedback, like a teacher. He tried again. Another idea, another risk. This time, he was smarter, more patient, less emotional. It didn't become a huge success overnight, but it worked. A little, then a little more. And then something interesting happened. For the first time, Ian made money even when he wasn't working. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to make him realize something powerful. This is what freedom feels like. Months turned into years. Ian kept building, learning, growing. He didn't chase quick money. He built systems, assets, multiple income streams. Eventually, the day came. Ian walked into his office, looked around, and realized he didn't need his job anymore. So he quit, not out of frustration, but out of freedom. Years later, Ian stood in front of a large window, overlooking the same city where he once felt trapped. And he asked himself one question: what if I had learned this earlier? What if someone had told him that? Money is a tool, not a goal. Job security is often an illusion, and the biggest risk is living your entire life playing it safe. That's when the Ian understood the real secret. Billionaires are not special because they have more money. They are different because they think differently. They don't trade time for money. They build systems that generate money. They don't fear risk. They manage it. They don't avoid failure. They learn from it faster than everyone else. And most importantly, they take responsibility for their life. The truth is, everything you've been taught is designed to make you stable, but stability is not the same as freedom. If you only follow the path given to you, you might survive. But if you question it, learn beyond it, and act on it, you might actually live. So now the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep following the same path, hoping for a different result? Or are you going to step into the unknown and discover what you're truly capable of? Because remember this, the biggest risk is not failure. The biggest risk is spending your entire life building someone else's dream while ignoring your own. And sometimes one realization is all it takes to change everything.